Hey guys, I'm Dm Chord and welcome back to another guitar basics series at Pass the Guitar Live. And in this video, we're gonna learn how to play the chord D minor. Yes, another very important chord. But before we move on, it's important that you know what a chord diagram is and how to read one. And if you don't, that's okay. Check out this video here or a link that is provided on the description of the video itself. Well, if you feel ready, if you know what a chord diagram is, let's waste no more time and dive right in. All right, take a look at this chord diagram. Well, if you know how to play D major, you know that for D minor, we are also gonna have to avoid a couple strings. As you can see on the chord diagram, we have X's on both the 6th and the 5th strings. So for this chord, we need to strum only from the 4th string down. Skip the 6th and the 5th. Well, we also see a circle on the 4th string, which means that we're gonna play the 4th string open. And we see 3 black circles, one on the 1st string, 1st fret, another one on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and another one on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. And we see numbers 1, 2, and 3 in place. And that means that we're gonna use fingers number 1, 2, and 3, and that's where we're gonna place them on the fretboard. So let's start putting our fingers on the fretboard. Let's start with finger number 1. Here we go. Finger number 1 on the 1st string, 1st fret, and then finger number 2 goes on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and finger number 3 goes on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Just notice that this chord is definitely harder to play than D major because we're covering 3 frets. So it means that we have to spread a lot in between our fingers in order to get the 3rd finger to really reach the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. Well, it seems like I have everybody in place. Let's make sure that we have a clean sound. So we'll do what we always do. Pluck one string at a time, starting from the 4th string, going down to the 1st, and then see which strings are ringing, which ones are muted or buzzing. So here we go, 4th. Woo, nothing. Okay, we got something here. Buzzing a little bit. Nothing there on the 1st. Well, as usual, common mistakes. First of all, is what's happening here that is blocking the 4th string from ringing is because my 2nd finger is not completely tipped down and it's pushing up a little bit to the point that I can feel I'm touching the 4th string here. So notice that when I actually use the tip and bring it down slightly like that, now I have my 4th string and it's ringing. Well, let's see what we have on the 3rd. Sounding pretty good. Still buzzing here on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And the reason why is because we always need to make sure our fingers are placed closer to the fret on the right. In this case, for right-handed players, it's the other way around if you're left-handed. But I mean closer to the frets this way. So in order for me to bring this finger closer here, I have to move everybody else. And it's not bad because now my 2nd finger is closer to this fret and my 1st finger is closer to that fret. And now I have my 2nd string and it's ringing nicely. How about the 1st? Still not. I can hear the note, but it's not there. But notice my hand is pulled all the way in and that I'm almost touching the neck underneath here. So bring your thumb down slightly and these knuckles forward a little bit so that your fingers arch more. And then the 3rd finger here is not gonna be touching on the bottom on the 1st string. There we go. D minor. Well, notice that my 3rd finger is pretty curved. It is a pretty wide chord. You're covering 3 frets right on the beginning of the neck. And the frets here are really wide, so it makes you have to stretch the spacing between the fingers as much as you can. So a common thing people do when they play D minor in order to accommodate and feel more ergonomic is instead of using finger number 3 for the second string 3rd fret, they use the pinky. And notice that immediately my hand just felt so much compact and nicer, and I felt less pressure on my hand because I'm not pushing this finger forward, well, towards this direction too much. And the same idea applies. I'm using my pinky on the second string 3rd fret, and it's all the way to the right as much as possible. That's another option that can really help you. Well, you can also decide which finger to use, either the pinky or the 3rd finger, depending on what chord you're coming from or you're going to. So it's really important to think about these things. Why? Well, if you are moving from G major to this chord here, and then notice that I have on G major, my 3rd finger is on the second string 3rd fret. So if I go to D minor from here, all I have to do is lift my pinky and move these 2 fingers to their place for D minor, and I have my D minor. And with that, I have an anchor that allows me to move less and make my transition between the 2 chords faster. Well, if I was moving to C major, for example, although you can definitely play these 3 fingers here for D minor and move these 3 fingers for C major, but if you were using the pinky instead of the 3rd finger, your 3rd finger is free to prepare the movement to C major. And on the other way around, moving from C major to D minor, your pinky is free to start the movement to D minor. So once again, the fingers that you decide to use for D minor will depend on your ability to stretch, your comfortability, like how comfortable you feel with each one of these fingers, and also it could be used as a strategy to make the transitions more efficient. We cover all of this on a video that I'm actually adding to the description below. So if you want to check out strategies that help you map out transitions between chords so your chord changes will get faster and faster, check out that video. And that's a wrap for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned a lot. Don't forget to support us by subscribing, clicking on that bell, and liking this video. And also leave us a comment if you have any requests of content you'd like to see us covering in this channel. My name is David Cordero, and I'll see you guys on another video.